It's the ninth race of the day, the big feature race for the day. The Jamaica election derby for 3-year-olds weighing over 6 furlongs. Well, while the horses are parading down the starting gates and the loading up process has not yet been completed, I think it's about a good time we now take a quick rundown of the starters and the odds. Number 1 high up, drawn at 6 carrying 155 pounds and going off for 10 to 1. Number 2 forward on, drawn at 1, 140 pounds and going off at 18 to 1, the long shot in the field. Number 3, Capitalist, drawn at 5, 186 pounds and going off at 2 to 1. Number 4, Democratic, drawn at 3, 186 pounds and going off at 7 to 1. Number 5 is Freedom, drawn at 8, 150 pounds and going off at 2 to 1. Number 6 is Socialism, drawn at 7, 133 pounds and going off at 1 to 5, second favorite. Horse number 7, Communism, collapsed and died on his way to the starting gate. While the crowd of about some 3/4 million is just railing on the hills to see this big election derby gets on its way. As the starter now climbs in his rostrum, a bit of interesting note is that horses number 1, number 3, and horse number 5 are trained by JLP, and the other horses in the lineup are trained by P&P. High up is the only horse going in blinkers today. Well, there goes the starter's flag. They're on the starter's orders. Socialism acting up a little bit as the gates open. The horses jumping a little slowly out, however, was Democratic. Earliest on the headline is Capitalist rushing for the lead along with Freedom, then comes forward on. But as they settle themselves now with 5.5 furlongs to go, Capitalist has now gone on by about 5 lengths from Freedom, then comes forward on and high up. Socialism being squeezed by high up for space, and Democratic trails when they're going around with just 5 furlongs to go. Capitalists have already established a 10 lengths lead on Freedom. Then forward on is locked for second and third place along with high up. Then after length is Socialism and Democratic still last as they're going around with just half a mile to go. Going along like a well-oiled machine, however, it's Capitalist. Something has gone wrong. A jockey has fallen. This horse number 1 was lost. This jockey who is now lying flat on the ground. Going back to the lead, however, it's still Capitalist. But this jockey is sitting very, very easy in the saddle.